Hello everyone, and I am returning to Dialtown. It is time we finally look at the next chapter, which is chapter 3. I've unlocked everything, and it says good luck. So let's see what we have in store for this last chapter in Dialtown. Enter my name. I mean, I think that's technically the canon name. I'll just do that. Do you want a phone or a typewriter? What is your gender? Male? Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh my, we're back at the mayor's office and it's storming, or it's raining. Oh, yep. Thank you all for showing up for yet another essential meeting of the Mingling. As I'm sure you're all aware, our humble Council of Concerned Citizens is made up of Dialtown's most powerful and noteworthy residents. Presiding over this meeting is none other than yours truly, the shrewd and deliciously cunning Mayor of Dialtown, Miss Mingus Crown. I heard that. I fucking heard that. When I figure out which one of you. Moving on. Before we get on to our pressing business, I'll conduct a quick head count. With a building kicker of shins, biter of ankles, the bane of Dialtown's alley public schools and playgrounds. What the fuck was that? Rotary Christ, do you know how sensitive a cat's hearing is? Are you asking if this is the first time I've shrieked directly into a cat's ear? Bit of a stupid question, that. You see, this is why we have to invite you here. You're too dangerous to have in our opposition's hands. Yeah, and it's really swell. Being feared rocks, you know. You think that's news to me? Being feared is half of my whole job, you little brat. I'm a Machilian little scamp. Who taught you that word? I know I cut education by 50% across the board last year, so it couldn't have been at school. No matter, moving on. There are Russell Belt, Zoo Master, and allegedly famed explorer, the cager of beasts, and jailer of zebras and whatnot. Hello, yes, bully to the lot of you, glad to be back. And the swan, what might that be, sitting on the table in front of you? It's none other than the Sinkish Dialtonus, the notable Dialtown native swan. I can clearly say this is the swan theory. What I meant was, why on earth would you drag a feral pond avian into our meeting? She seems docile enough. Well, was she toilet trained? Why, isn't the whole world a toilet in a way? The sound might be, maybe. Again, why the swan theory? Oh, don't tell me it's... Why, for show and tell, of course. Every meeting. Every meeting! Okay, we have a lot to go over, so I'm just gonna move on. Again, the swan can say, if you cease talking right now. Right, yes, bully to that. Fantastic. Next up, Shooty and Sabby are representatives from the Olsovia Dialtown mob. I've seen those guys before. Wait, people are actually afraid of us now? That's news to me. We did it, bro. We've hit the big leagues. We're real criminals now. All of those fabricated headlines about us that the mayor bribed the press to publish must have finally paid off. Hell yeah, bro. If only Pa could see me now. Yes, yes. Most people that you two mugs swindle and steal from tend to be positively terrified of you both. Well, specifically terrified of accidentally knocking either of you over. Mugging. You know, in case one of you bang your head on the pavement and they get convicted for manslaughter. If people think we aren't an ominous force to be reckoned with, outside of them being afraid of Grievous harming one of my henchmen and electing my divine feline wrath, not even remotely. But we're in the mob, though. We've got connections. There's exactly one connection, which happens to be me. A figure who the citizens of Dialtown are actually afraid of, and for good reason. We can be scary. If you can, I've yet to see it. What's this, bozos? How's that for intimidating, huh? I'm sure I'd positively quiver if your gun was actually loaded. Now, put that thing back where you found it, and don't even think about picking it back up while I'm addressing you. Shit, bro. I told you that these lousy blankets don't have the same effect. Blanks. Mayor, can you have some bullets? You know, in case we need to entice someone for you? I'm gonna have a government assigned a sharper stabbing knife. This one's gone awfully dull for me using it since my sandwiches during lunchtime. No, we've been over this. You only hurt yourselves if you're given real weapons. Now, moving on. Next member, Abel Branningham, violator of OSHA regulations and the sole perpetrator of Dialtown Fun Fair, most recklessly ran fun fair in America. Is this a reference to Day Shift at Freddy's? Because I know in the third game there was a phone called Abel and they had that phone head. Is this supposed to be a reference to that? Next to Baboon World over in Nevada anyway. Baboon World. Maybe it is a direct reference. I feel like with the megaphone screaming, the swan, and the gunshot, I can't really live up to the standard that's been set so far. Like, what? Am I gonna pull a Ferris wheel out of my ass? I'd be immensely impressed if you could, but a basic introduction will suffice. Alright then. Hello, all glad to be back. Oh my god. Zero, please take the microphone from the boy. Alright, thank you. Moving on. Do I get to finish my... No. Next, we have the one and only God, who's filling in for our dear comrade Bunny, the owner of Bunny's Burgers off the main street. Also, he's a hobo, and woke up face down in a puddle this morning. It's the hobo. Wait a minute. Do I own Bunny's Burgers? No. Hobo, you own nary a house, hobo, cottage, bungalow, trailer, nor cabazzo in my city, and really have no societal power at all. You've honestly done very little towards anyone having much respect or admiration for you. I mean, I did kind of create the universe though, right? Yes, and we're all still tremendously upset with you for doing so. Aw, shucks. So, wait, what am I even doing here then? Because, as you'll recall, Bunny got flattened by a rogue fortune-telling amusement park cabinet, and we needed someone at short notice. And believe me, you cannot get more short notice than a man wandering around, carrying around a sign saying, "We'll do a cartwheel for dog food." Coolio. Honestly, sitting in a heated room and talking about politics and junk. Politics. Yeah, sure, whatever. It's a hell of a lot easier than doing a cartwheel, let me tell you. Yes, I'm sure I can't do a cartwheel, actually. My son was fraudulent. I just wanted the dog food. I was hoping someone paid me before demanding to see the cartwheel. Wait. You created the entire universe, and yet the ability to perform a simple cartwheel eludes you? Simple? Have you ever tried to do one, huh? They're really hard. Shut up. Right then, now they're all present and accounted for, we can begin. I hereby officially declare this meeting of the Mingling now in session. I hope you all had a relatively pleasant journey here despite the dismal weather. You summoned a child to the town hall on a school night and expected him to skateboard here in the middle of a thunderstorm. Will you let little Billy bunt in? Shut him up. No, shut him up. He deserves it. Hush! Stunted one. And with that juvenile outburst appropriately discarded, we can begin. Now, then. You all know why we've gathered here. Nah, I don't. Quiet, you. Abel, wheel the projector over and start the slideshow. This is really interesting. That's for sure. Yes, folks, we're here to discuss none other than the Green Menace. Me, the character I made, Jax. There you go. Here's the green one. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure you're all well acquainted with this emerald entity. In the past 12 months, we have caught Jax laying eggs on private property. Harassing Dialtown's public. Oh shit, that me. Exposing Dialtown's public to vulgar cinema. Convincing Dialtown's most reliable bank teller to skip town so she can paint pointless mountains. Befriending the fugitive known as Bigfoot. And possibly worst of all, fracturing with Randy Jade, possibly the worst citizen of Dialtown. Hey, Randy is a cool dude. Wait, how is hanging out with Randy the worst thing out of the stuff you just mentioned? Oh, it isn't truly. I just personally find that last one particularly repulsive. As you all know, Dialtown has a status quo which acts as the backbone of our robust, inclusive, but civilized society. One that we have toiled strenuously to protect. As mayor, I have made sizable strides in recreating the Dialtown that existed under my grandfather's leadership. A town of prosperity, order, and hope. A utopia, really. But, as I'm sure you know, when one attempts to compare the Dialtown of my grandfather's time to the Dialtown of today, you inevitably run into a discrepancy. A green discrepancy. Simply put, Jax isn't just a threat to our society, but a threat to normality itself. He is the final hurdle in recreating the Dialtown that existed in 1966. 1966 being the year of the dial-up, the year my grandfather changed the whole world for the better. Simply put, Jax must be promptly disposed of. I say, why don't we just lock him back up in the zoo? I think that's a bully idea, don't you? Hear his pitch, or shut him? Let's hear him out. So, zoo-oriented containment is your pitch then? Epic idea. Until Mustache McGee forgets to lock the pen door and he gets out and runs amok again. Mayor, I insist. Our vertically impaired friend simply doesn't understand the scientific benefits of studying Jax up close. The experimental potential is limitless. Hey now, you think I don't want to shove a bunch of firecrackers up his ass? Mayor, may I change seats, please? One much further away from this dwarfed fiend, ideally. Besides, if we were worried about a potential escape, why not post armed guards at the zoo's gates? What do you think armed guards just grow on trees, Theodore? They don't. They don't grow on trees, Theodore. Besides, the only two surplus lackeys I have at my disposal right now are these two buffoons. And they couldn't prevent a kiwi from escaping in a containment breach. The bird of the fruit? I can't see you two having much luck containing either. But you see, we've been able to contain all kinds of weird looking fruits and birds if we had proper weapons, Miss Crown. Hey, bozos, if you want some real firepower, come see me after that. Don't you dare, half-pint. You know they'll only hurt themselves. You guys are making this way too complicated. I see we just bonk him over in there with a shovel. You know, bury him out in the woods. A quick wham bam, thank you ma'am, and he is out of our hands for good. Right, until the wild boar unburies him and suddenly he's tamed the boar. If we can't contain a mountainless Jax, what we hope to do against one riding a boar? This is all too hard and pointless. Why don't we just eat a burger out of the nearest dumpster and call it a night? I hope we do that. Inaction simply isn't an option. Look, you all have something to gain from Jax's exile. Billy, is it not Jax who was indirectly responsible for the conversion of the Dialtown cinema into an 18s only spook house? Yeah, cutting me off from my favorite person to torture the whole city. I can't steal the fucker's fez if I can't catch him, can I? Therefore, with Jax out of the picture, you'll be free to recapture and study the elusive Bigfoot undisturbed. By Jove, think of what I could deduce from your first samples alone. Stabby, shoot it by pulling out this up successfully, you'll have proven yourselves worthy of the rank of Enforcer. Dialtown's populace will know that you two must be feared, and for good reason, as you'll be directly executing my will. We will be qualified for it. I mean, yeah, of course, we'll qualify to act as your enforcers. Leave it to us, Miss Crown. Abel. No more egg shit at your fun fair. Fantastic. And God, you're being paid in dog food to warm your seat. Thanks, you too. As a committee of concerned citizens, it's been wait, we're on a committee? I figured we were, I don't know, an evil league of villainous fiends or some dribble to that effect. Gaslight God? Shall I go down quickly? Gaslight God! And you joined an evil society without complaint? Hey, free dog food. No, we are not an evil league, legion, squad, team, band, or anything of the sort. Well, what made you think we were? Well, for one, we're meeting it during a thunderstorm. I don't control the clouds. I can't, try as I may. You can't control the weather. If you don't like it, you turn the thunder off. Hey, I'm fine with it. Just saying. Oh, also, the matching purple thing you'll have going on with your outfits and the overpresence of purple in the room? Coincidental. We're also being in a building that's essentially just a giant version of your head. Also, there's a tiny golden replica of your head on top of your cane. Also, the fact that you have a cane to begin with is pretty damning. Do you want the rest of the dog food or not? That'll be good, ma'am. Excellent. Now, on to the capture itself. Theodore, I'll need a cat carrier. The one you brought the swan here will suffice. Shooty and Stabby will take care of the rest. How are we gonna get him into it, Miss Crown? Yeah, I've seen that fucker up close, and he looks like he scratches and possibly bites. Oh, don't worry, you two. I think you'll find my method of subduing him to be the most effective. Well, shit, they're actually gonna capture me and my character. Because that's what they're planning. I want a beautiful spring morning. What the fuck is that on the ground? What is that? Hang on a moment. What do we have here? I think it's referring to this. Yeah, I think that's what they put on the... Hey guys, a full English breakfast just for me. This is wonderful. What a windfall. Jax, I wouldn't eat that. Nah, that's good. No, I really don't think it is. The food's green, man. That's really good. Yeah, but I'm green, so I guess it checks out. How? What? And there's audible malicious giggling coming from just outside the tent. There's this obviously some kind of ruse. For crying out loud, that's clearly a human skull on the plate. I disagree. Please, Jax, for once in your life, exercise the slightest bit of self-control. I've decided that I'm gonna devour the breakfast. You know, just in case. Just in case what? Well, it's gone. You have no reason to eat the plate. Is bueno. You sicken me. Oh, you're feeling sick. Oh my god. Jax? Oh, no, it's bueno. Well, it looks like their plan worked. My character is captured now. Well, we're back here. Well, that was easy. Yeah, honestly, hard part was just getting him to bend into shape that fit in the carrier. We're not dealing with an extraordinarily crafty opponent, gentlemen. I would have been immensely considerate if you two had managed to somehow screw literally any part of that up. So, you two get to live for another day. The precious gift of life, bro. Look at that run the cage. Hell yeah. Hey, if you're both so happy to be alive, this guy's responsible for that and he could really use some change. Come on, brother. Surely you can spare just one lousy dime? This crown, do we really need this bozo here? What's my official title, Mayor? Seat warmer. Technically, he's doing exactly what I hired him for. What matters is that Jax happily took our insultingly conspicuous bait. And I still can't believe he did, as gullible as that fucker may be. The eggs were bright green. Well, Stubby One, his eggs actually happen to be bright green. I'm actually unsure if he knows that they're not meant to be that color. But he must at least notice the peculiarity of the green bacon or tomato, right? Maybe he's blind, like a mole. This could bode well for us. What I don't get is why we couldn't have gone for something more visually subtle. Here, man. Surely we could have just snuck a few sleeping pills in with the beans and bombed your uncle. He's down. Aha! You see, if you'd studied the creature's diet as I have, you'd know that that'd be a fool's errand. It may surprise you to find out that our specimen primarily feeds on a rigorous diet of gravel and horse jerky. And of course, washes it all down with copious amounts of cough syrup. Alas, the creature's biological acclimation to narcotics made tranquilization erodus, to say the least. Why does he talk like that? Who the fuck says alas? Alasses and bullies aside, the mustache one brought up an apt point. I had to be certain that our dismal meal would reliably incapacitate the green one. At least he'd wake up mid-transport, escape, and scurry under a parked car or down the toilet. So down the toilet, really? Abel, I've seen this thing spurily emerge from our treacherous sewers completely unscathed. A Gulliver-dwelling rat can crush its own spine to fit into narrow crevices. Can we really take any chances here? So he's in the kiddie prison, drugged to all hell, and you're gonna send him to a nice big firm where he'll have plenty of room to run around. Mission accomplished. Let's go home. The mission is far from over. You see, based on several formal complaints that I've received from one of Abel's former employees, we could deduce that Jax is batshit crazy and will simply not take the hint. Our specimen's frankly revolting level of persistence unfortunately leaves my hands very much tied. The mingling must remain vigilant and squash any of Jax's inevitable attempts to return to our civilized world. By any means necessary. I'll make you proud, Papa. Just you see. I wonder how this is going to end. Well, I'm assuming it's one part, but I don't know if it will be. New chapter. Chapter 3. Well, shit. That's cool. I don't know. I feel like this game's almost at an end, but at the same time, I don't know if it is. That's what we'll just have to see. Oh, we're waking up. Where am I? Am I dead? Is this heaven? No, too cramped hell, perhaps? No, not nearly red enough. Limbo? Nah, this place doesn't look like it has doctor's waiting room. Plus, no lukewarm coffee or elevator music. Purgatory, final answer. Well, by my estimation, you've been stuffed into a cat carrier, which has in turn been abandoned in the middle of the woods. It's also likely yes. I need to squirt. Not in a confined space. Not in a confined space! I feel like my hand's full of jumping spiders, all of which are holding boomboxes. Who could have foreseen this abject misfortune coming? I warned you! 90% of the time, once given a free breakfast, you're being inducted into a militia, cult, or being kidnapped to have your organs extracted and sold. That, or you've just woken up having overstayed your welcome after some really mediocre sex. By process of elimination, it was bound to be one of the other three. You got off lucky. Papa wants out. Cool. So stick your fingers out of the bars and out of the latches on the carrier's door. Confuse ape noises. Just stick your fingers out of the door and fiddle with the 4 lights outside of the corners of the even more confusing noises. Oh, for the love of crafty house cats can figure this out, you know. Just thrash around until the carrier breaks into its constituted pieces. I guess. Okay. Oh. Well, we're out? Well, that could have been worse. Considering that you're not sure exactly what kidney or an aborted alien spaceship, I say that you're right. Why do you think they didn't take my kidneys? Are my organs inadequate? Maybe they cut into you with the scalpel and saw that your kidneys were green and, I don't know, maybe it spooked them? Are your kidneys green? Yes, no, I don't know. Is that what happened? Well, I don't know. Reach behind you and see if you have any scars. No scars, but I do have a note stapled to my spine. Alright, yeah, those usually contain some strongly worded information. Go ahead, read it. Don't come back. I mean it. Don't even try. Don't. I mean it. I really mean it. I mean it. Don't. Don't come back. I mean it. Phone, goddammit. If you come back, I swear, Mingus. Ah, shit, that's right, I can't read. I have no clue what this is. Wait, Mingus. I know that specific combo of hieroglyphics from the mayoral campaign posters. You call those letters, but go on. That's the cat lady. You know, one with the cane. Politics plus plus. Great job. Never call her that in my presence again. And there's more on the back, too. I can't read that. Shit, I guess I'm not gonna find out why I'm here. Bummer. Alright, may I make a worthwhile suggestion? Wander out into the woods and keep walking till you drop dead. Okay, yeah, that seems to be my best move right now. They still punished and don't even know I can't read. Oh, what was mine? Oh, what was mine? Ah, fuck! I am wandering through these desolate trees all alone. I am lost, little creature, left alone to die in the snow. It isn't snowing. Ah, fuck! Ah! Please cease the weeping and wanting. No, I shan't. Please, you'll wear yourself out and fall unconscious. Okay, never mind. Feel free to hasten the inevitable. Actually, if you want to really speed things up, then you should jog on the spot while you're screaming. Use up the last bit of juice in that iguana. Huge husk of a body. Okay. Jogging in place. Fuck. Well, look who it is. Is that Ticket Jerry? Why is he in the forest? My true friend and greatest ally. That's not... Okay, sure, alright. What are you doing out here? Oh, I'm just on my way back to my pasture. But pastured? Pasture. I'm a shepherd now, remember? Ticket Jerry is dead, then you're now Sheep Jerry. Do I get a say in this? What a ridiculous question. By the way, about the sheep thing, is this a new development or... Are you seriously asking? You got me this job after getting me fired from working for the ticket booth at the fun fair. Oh yeah, good Randy's route, right? What on earth are you talking about, you sad little man? Matters not, Sheep Jerry, it's so good to see you. Yeah, right, So to reflect your own question back at you, what are you doing out here? Did my wife send you? For the last time, we've been over this. If I can't bring the sheep home with me, she can't bring out our martial issues out in the bar pasture. First of all, your bar pasture? Just call it the bar pasture. If the next thing you say doesn't engage me, I will try to leave, and should you attempt to stop me, I will become violent. Well then, you're in luck because boy, I've got the pitch for you! Is it? Phone Lord, please tell me you aren't trying to revive the last idea you pitched to me. For the last time, even if you find one, I strongly doubt that any boar would let you ride on its back. Even if incentivized with a stick of horse jerky or a hand-fed diced kiwi. Wait, do you mean a kiwi fruit or a kiwi bird? Well, which did you mean back when you first pitched the plan? I don't remember, which is a lie. The shame of your face says otherwise. Where were you even gonna find a kiwi bird? Break in the zoo, just scurry away with one under my arms. If you're capable of breaking into the zoo, why not just ride out on something cooler than a board to begin with, like a polar bear or a... Wait, why am I helping you? Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need a favor. I swear if you asked me to give you a ride back to Dialtown sitting on my lap, no. You see, I got drunk and I woke up in the woods trapped in a cat carrier. Okay, I'm sure this sort of thing is a regular occurrence for you. So what's the issue then? I need you to read this note for me. I found it stable to my spine after I busted out of the cat carrier. I'm sorry, stable to your spine? Phone, I can't tell if this was meant to be intentionally cruel or if this was simply a display of baffling incompetence. Must have been the mob. Definitely the Dialtown's mob handiwork. This is very particular kind of befuddlement is practically their signature. So the note? Sure, I'll read it for you. Will you walk over to the bathroom? You're fine. Ruben, now hurry up. Papa needs answers. I'll read this with incredible haste if you never referred yourself in such a scary manner while listening to my presence ever again. Papa, I can oblige. Outstanding. Right, let's read what the front of this here note. Oh. It reads, don't come back. I mean it. Don't even try. Don't. I mean it. I really mean it. Okay, there's a whole passage of this. Anyway, it's signed Mingus. Wait, the mayor exiled you? I can't believe she. Phone I thought she was done with the old exiling nonsense since Nora. Since what? Were you gonna say Norway? Are we in Norway, Jerry? Does this look like Norway to you? I'm sure Norway has trees. For their fjord creatures to live in. Look, do you want me to read what's on the other side of the note or not? Please. Let's see here. Seems the side of the note is intended to be read by the first literate person to find you post-exile in case you manage to wander back to civilization. Read it, read it! Alright, let me just... Oh, does it say why Mingus kicked me out of town? Yeah, it does, but... Jax, I don't think I should. You might somebody be happier not hearing this? Jerry, what does it say? But actually, hang on. Since when did Jerry give a shit about my feelings? See, every single time we've seen him before this, he's just, like, oh, you ugly creature, you get away. Since when has he given any rat's ass about my character's feelings? Seriously, this is a development. Alright then. To whom it may concern. Alas, you have just encountered the heinous Jax, a vile and wretched creature. Strong start. In all my years as mayor, I have never encountered a beast more repugnant than Jax. Jax is not just a burden, a pox, a leech on society, but also an immense threat to civility and normality itself. A fundamentally selfish creature, Jax uses others for his own, often self-centered, schemes as if they were mere tools. Jax frolics around in the open, breaking laws just as thoughtlessly as he had broken the collective hearts of our fair citizens. Freely engaging in public nudity and routinely harassing innocent civilians whenever he so wishes. An obnoxious and abrasive degenerate, he periodically spews offensive, vulgar, and often hurtful utterances merely to see how his victim will react. Jax is incapable of listening to any advice or direction, no matter how detrimental the consequences of not doing so are to himself and others. Jax will repeatedly harass the target, relentlessly eroding the willpower in order to get anything that he so desires. And of course, the gangrenous cryptid in question is reckless and will mortally endanger both himself and innocent bystanders without a second thought. Jax must be shunned from all civilized society, as he has decided that he's too good to domesticate himself. or as he who contributes to society call it, treating others with basic courtesy and respect. If you are a Dialtown resident and should find this wretched heathen sulking around the perimeter of our fair city, I am instructing you to immediately notify one of my enforcers. My name is Mingus, Mayor of Dialtown. Look on this wrench, ye mighty in despair. A new day is dawning in Dialtown, and it's all the brighter without Jax. Yours feelingly, Mayor Mingus Crown. Hey, that was a cool segment. That was really cool. That was a cool segment. No words. It's none of that is true, right? Did I deserve this? Well, I don't. Well, I've been told that I'm a monster. I thought those people just wanted to be hurtful because I was different. I had no idea that I really was a monster. Jerry, I'm sorry. No. No, this isn't right, damn it. This waste of paper isn't fit to wipe my ass. What? This note is bullshit. It's not reality. It's a manipulative, dishonest hit piece, one that Mingus is hoping will deter you from returning. Don't give her the satisfaction. But I mean, the note's right about me. This is who I am. Look, Jax. I'm not going to pretend that you aren't sometimes extraordinarily selfish, reckless, vulgar, nor abrasive. Thank you. But there's two monstrous falsehoods in here, each of which makes this note completely refute itself. What falsehoods? First of all, as much as it pains me to admit it, given how much effort I put into deterring you from lollygagging around my former place of work, the fact that you refusing to give up is sometimes a positive attribute. But the news is I harassed you. You got me the job I'm currently working right now. I owe the Bob Pastor to you. One bastard, two. Really? You know how much happier I am with this life. You didn't have to do any of this. He's actually happier as this, but you did. It's actually called sheep here, I just noticed. Do you think the mayor has ever cared for my plight, that of the common man? I sent stacks of petitions urging the mayor to deal with your continued attempt to lay eggs on the fairgrounds. And she only acted after I left town, when it suited her schedule. Mingus and her posse are only out for themselves. Her inner circle is made up solely of loons, bureaucrats, and thugs, all high on their own power. They want you to believe that you're alone, but you're not. If I really made the world a better place, well, you've certainly made mine better. My marriage is stronger, and the smuggler's heir is doing wonders for my assailants. Enigma also, dealing with sheep is pretty chill compared to dealing with my old boss. Because of you, Randy Jade has a home, a better job, and ample time to recover from his swan-related injuries. Because of you, Karen Dunn is a state-renowned painter and doing what she was born to do. Because of you, Oliver Swift gets to sleep soundly at night, knowing that Mr. Dickens' dream lives on through the horror attraction. Because of you, Bigfoot is content with himself and has found human love, or rather, the love of a whatever you are. All five of us are so much better off for having met you. And we all stand with you. You've cared for five misfits that you didn't even know more than a month ago, to an extent that nobody else ever has. So, I suppose I owe you thanks for that. Sheep dear, I don't know what to say. What was the other thing? The other what? You said the note had two glaring issues. What's the other? Oh, right. This is definitely an interesting development. You aren't the first person that Mingus has exiled from Dialtown, you know. There was another. Someone else was exiled for the tomfoolery like me? Was it a clown? What? No. Clowns don't exist. A month ago you were sure Bigfoot didn't exist. Don't do this to me, Jax. I just gave you an inspiring pep talk. Don't give me clown dreams again. Sorry. Look, that note says you're addicted to normality itself, but really, there's no such thing as true normality, nor abnormality. Normality is just an illusion, a concept that changes to fit wherever and perhaps whenever you happen to be. Why is this game spitting out straight up real life facts right now? Literally, this is real world facts right here. It's what people accept as the norm in a certain place, in a certain time. Because of that, what's considered normal changes. Bro, hundreds of years ago, it was normal to burn suspected witches, normal to declare a world war over Siberian tomfoolery, and normal to, well, to not have a phone for a head. You mean before the dial-up, before everyone got to object heads? Everyone except one. I can't tell you exactly how it all happened. I don't know the guy, never met him. But he is the last human left without an altered head, to my knowledge. His head is made of flesh, and not metallic pieces within a plastic shell. My head is made of flesh and fairness. No, stitches. He's a normie. Like I said, he's from another place, another time. Reyes exiled him from Dialtown for his abnormality. Said he conflicted with her vision for Dialtown, whatever the hell that means. But wherever he came from, he was normal, and we would have been abnormal. Like you, he got a bum deal. Where is he right now? Oh, he lives in a shack 8 miles from here, give or take. I don't know if I'd recommend seeking him out. He's just as likely to shoot you on sight as he is to actually talk to you. Sorry, scratch that. He is far more likely to shoot you at the moment he sees you than talk to you. I need to find him. I know that I'm not going to be able to talk you out of this. But you could live out here with me and the sheep. I'm going to spare a pile of hay in the dry corner of my barn, Jerry. Alright. Just know that if you ever grow weary, hungry, or get hit by lightning or whatever, I'll always be out here, waiting for you, Jerry. Thank you. I'm going to seek out this man now. Okay, cut through the clearing and walk through the trees for 8 or so miles due north. You'll find the shack. And for what it's worth, good luck. I hope you find whatever you're looking for. Thank you, Jerry. It's been my pleasure. Truly, please try not to walk straight into a bear trap. Wouldn't be the first time. Farewell, sheep, Jerry. Goodbye, Jax. You're welcome back anytime. That was an interesting development, I gotta say. Complete 180 degrees. I'm so exhausted. I must have walked a good 7 miles by now, at least. 7. Jerry is still within earshot. Keep going, you're doing great. Phone Lord, you know that's only gonna get harder from here, right? If you're tired already, Jerry's always got that pile of hay in his board. No, I have to find the normie man who turned to Dialtown. Alright, I'll address the powerhouse-headed elephant in the room then. Why? Why on earth do you want to go back to Dialtown so badly? Is this about your eggs? I can't just leave them, narrator. Okay, I know you invested an unusual amount of time and effort for you into birthing them, but you know that they're probably gonna look like you when they hatch, right? And what's that supposed to mean exactly? Just a fact to consider before you get yourself killed trying to get to him again. Alright, quick back to Dialtown, grab the eggs and hitchhike as far away from Dialtown as you possibly can. I don't plan to abandon Dialtown either, actually. Sorry, abandon Dialtown? They exiled you, Jax. The town's mayor has it out for you. Most of the citizens there treat you like some kind of monster. Why not start over? Why not take your eggs elsewhere and start a new life? Dialtown is home. I won't let anyone take my home away from me. Just as pig-headed as always. Alright, it's a long shot, but let's just keep moving. I'll make sure you keep north. Is north? Can you give me a boost? Go forward, Jax. Okay. This is amazing, honestly. There's the shack. Behold the shack. You think this is the place? Well, let's see. It's a shack. You travel roughly 8 miles north, and alright. Important thing, Jerry mentioned this is one going to shoot you on sight than actually speak to you. Leave it inside says, I shoot on sight. Stay away. I mean it. My eyes always watching. This most certainly looks like the home of someone who would do just that. Looks fine to me. This place looks fine to you, huh? Yeah, alright. Don't drink the water. Hello? The arrange the graffiti? Well, we don't know that this graffiti's his. It's on his house. Hey, follow me? Now maybe a little Billy came out here and finally has the four dudes home. Bullshit. You can't know that for sure. Yes, I can. For a start, none of the nearby trees are on fire, nor charred husks. Alright, yeah, okay, we would see that. I mean, maybe the guy was just out of sticky notes, so he, Are you kidding me? Don't drink the water? Maybe the allure of the dude's toilet water is just too much for the poor guy. I know I sometimes need to be reminded not to drink it. Even when I remind you not to, you still drink it. Added flavor. Added flavor. Many eyes always watching. Many eyes always watching? Theory owls. It says clearly unhinged, and quite possibly feral. Let's balance. Hey, I'm feral. It's not such a bad life. You're stranded in the woods because you got exiled for not being housebroken. Oh, right, yeah. Realize I'm not approaching the shack. They're probably getting a shot on sight. Sure, knock on the door? Could try opening it first. Check if it's locked. Yeah, it's locked. The door isn't open. That leads me to believe that the door is indeed locked. And kill salesman. Actually, perhaps it's for the best. Jerry stated pretty clear that this dude might totally shoot your knocking clean off. Probably be best not to break into his house and startle him. I could throw a brick through his window. But I would the last human tried that. I went to prison for a short spell. Wait, if I did it again, the cause might drag me back to Dialtown. Yeah, but you'd be in prison. But I would be back in Dialtown. Yeah, and behind bars. I'll consider my options. Scratch that. Prison food tends to be jerks. I'm just not. Phenomenal. So is this actually gonna come out? Oh yeah. This is private land, partner. So I suggest you leave before I decide to do what I usually do to trespassers. You mean inviting them for a cup of coffee? If by a cup of coffee you mean a lead slug fired straight into your head, then sure. I'm still unsure if... Am I being offered a cup of coffee? To be clear, I'm threatening to shoot ya with a shot of cappuccino. Oh my god, with a shot of a shotgun. I'm threatening to shoot you in the head with a shotgun, partner. Actually, nah, forget that. Slugs don't grow on trees. You could just grab a snail and take the shell off. That's like a slug. Honestly, I just put a .44 in ya, if we're being realistic. More economical that way. Is that a... It's not coffee. It's a bullet. I am not offering you coffee. You're a pretty lousy host then. Laura, give me strength. Look, partner, I'm not normally the kind of merciful type, but I can tell you, you ain't all there. More importantly, you definitely ain't a threat to me or my homestead. Just go. But we need to talk. Mayor is exiling me too, from Dialtown. I'm a freak just like you. Just like we ain't the same, partner. You don't have an inkling of what I've been through. I don't want you here. You understand? Boy, ain't that a familiar thing to hear. Don't you dare try guilt tripping me, partner. You're trespassing on my land. Yeah, that usually does it all right. I'm not gonna warn you again. Just go. Is he gonna come out with the fucking gun? I'm not moving till you let me in. My door is deadbolted, and I've got enough supplies in the last 6 winters in here. If you want to wait, you'll have to wait an awful long time, partner. So be it. Do we actually wait? Huh. Is this just the... It's changing like seasons. Oh, we do have a tail. that's like a shark tail or something, like a fish tail. Well, we're away, man. This art design is amazing. Who the fuck? Who designed this art? This is really good. Did we actually wait that whole time? Well, I'm back. Oh. Oh, he's got the gun. Well, what intention could you possibly want from me? Or a diverging choice? Nah, there's probably two ends, but I'm going to save this. So you save this. Yeah, file 9, save it. Alright, so that I can load this later. Alright, hi, wave slowly and sheepishly. You know, partner, I get the feeling you're like a leech. Oh, you're calling me a parasite like Mira Mingus did. Nah, that ain't what I meant. What I meant was, I'm getting the notion that you're just gonna cling to me and won't fall out till you suck my patience dry. Okay, yeah, that's accurate portrayal of my entire gimmick share. I don't want to give it the satisfaction, but I didn't get the satisfaction, but well, the way I see it, you clearly ain't gonna quit, and the sooner I talk to you, the sooner you'll be on your way. Step inside and be quick about it. We'll get this chat over with right quick. Because you get to see him, then? At least the bottom part. Oh, he covered his head with a bag. Okay. Hey, it looks pretty cool. So you're... Huh, see, what's with the paper bag? Why do you think I have it on, partner? Is that why it shows your brain? Oh, you're coming to the bears and mansion you've already know to stop the flies laying on your exposed brain? What in the darnation? Exposed brain, huh? Is that what they're teaching kids in school nowadays about folks like me? That we have exposed brains? What if you two assume I've ever been to school? I suppose that's how you got here in the way you are now, yeah. Mine is green skin, of course. Speaking of which, why does your flesh have the hue of watermelon anyhow? It's just how God made me, sir. Well, I guess he was having a bad day when he did, huh? Maybe the guy drinks a lot, I've met him. He's kind of a huge loser. It ain't wise to talk to an armed man's house and insult his faith friend. Not wise in the slightest. Trust me, you'd feel the same if you met him. Once you see a guy eating out of a dumpster, it changes you. Lord, give me strength. He's welcome to give you fleas, but sure. Alright, let's just get this conversation over with. What do you actually want? Ask your questions and go. Who are you? I'm Site Norm Allen. What's a sergeant? It means I was in the Air Force, and I was pretty good at what I did. What? Flying. Planes and such? Planes? I know you know what an airplane is. I do? Big metal bird! We're spinning through Lynchman into its engines. Right, yes, I know what you mean now. Well, I'm an ex-Air Force now. I rolled with NASA too for a while, actually. You know, the space folks, they sent you into space? Fellow amigos really went all out trying to exile you. I wasn't a pariah back then, partner. Or I wasn't a pariah. As a matter of fact, I was decorated like a Christmas tree? No, not like a Christmas tree, partner. It means I was valued, celebrated. For your information, the president himself selected me for a mission. Oh, which one? No, which one? Nah, the man who picked me was the greatest visionary in American history. President Callum Crown. Hey, I know that name. Did he invent the cotton candy machine or something? Did he? He was the fellow who invented the first phone head. The man who initiated the dial-up. You know, the day the whole world became chock full of phone folks? Right, about that. Why aren't you a phone? I was told the dial-up got everyone. Right. Well, you see, it sort of did, but... You see, President Crown decided to send me on an immensely vital, hell, an unprecedented expedition. He chose me to be the first human being ever to enter a wormhole. We tried sending robots and the like in first, but all of them lost signal pretty quickly, and I'm sure you can imagine. I've never seen a robot, and if I did it, I would likely hit it on and or shit myself. Sorry, go on. Yeah. We weren't sure if they were getting crushed inside the wormhole or if they were just traveling too far away from us. Anywho, as a patriot, I was beyond honored to have been handpicked by President Crown for the mission. They set me up in one of our state-of-the-art crafts, I piloted her through, and well, I just came right back out the same way I came in, seemingly. Nothing that weird, I suppose. Except, I could see every single one of the robots that we previously sent through floating around outside the hole now. Kinda spooked me, you know, since I didn't see a single one of them outside the hole before I went in. Either way, undeterred, I made my way back to Earth. Boy, did I get a shock when I landed and re-emerged from my vessel. You ever see that one movie where the astronaut returns to Earth and there's monkeys everywhere? And then he sees the Statue of Liberty on the beach and freaks out because he's been in New York the whole time? And New York sucks? All of them yuppies and city slickers? I'm pretty sure that isn't why the dude was upset. But fuck, I don't know enough about monkeys to contradict you. Long story short, I time traveled. The wormhole wrapped me in fabric time as well as space, it seemed. In an instant, I worked from the summer of '66 to the 2020s. Oh god, wait, oh god, tell me about why wormholes do that. You said they were ready to put a cigar out of the fabric of space-time. I had to leave my wife, my whole life behind to investigate a cigar burn in outer. God damn it! His fault, then take it up with him. You know what? I very well might. Anyhow, by the time traveling past the day the dial-up occurred, well, I ended up being the one guy on Earth that got left behind. The one normie left. Well, except I heard something happened with the clowns. Right, they marched on DC and all got guns out by the new gun-headed riot police. Tragic and hilarious. My god, you can hear the comical honks for miles. Uh-huh. I remember when clowns were everywhere, you know? I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, I guess this is the one advantage of living in this time and place, if there are any upsides at all. So, I guess it's just me left now. The last normie. That's why I got exiled from Dialtown in the first place, you know? Didn't want to conform and get my head replaced against my will, all for the sake of fitting in. Oh well, that's why I got kicked out of town. For threatening normality itself. Oh, give me a break. They used that same asinine line on you too? Let me tell you something. There ain't nothing normal about Dialtown. And there certainly ain't nothing normal about the mayor on that backwater slum. She has this idea that by putting these plans of hers into motion, she somehow recreated the Dialtown the Calum Crown presided over. I spent time at Dialtown before they launched me into space, you know. I actually saw the Dialtown that existed back then, unlike her. I personally knew her grandfather, for she's an arrogant hypocrite, not fit to hold any office, let alone run an entire town. Mingus is certainly something alright. You ever see her up close? She's got a cat head. A fleshy cat head, pre-dial-up era. The kind from my time. You know why she got that engineered, right? Because her grandpappy, President Calum Crown, had a cat just like how she looks now. She's trying to morph into his old cat. That's terrifying, but why? Sure as hell beats me. I don't know why anyone would want to look like she does. And somehow she gets elected in public office time and time again, looking like that. They're happy to kick me to the curb, yet her leader is the very definition of abnormality. She's a hypocrite. They all are in that damn dump. Dialtown's a town of bigoted hicks. Everyone in that godforsaken town is guilty by association. Well, not everyone's Dialtown is that bad. Excuse me? They threw you on the curb too, didn't they? The mayor's prudish plus fine. I have friends back at Dialtown too. I guarantee you anyone in that town slid down the river without a second thought. And if you can't see that, then you're just as blind as they all are. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I have answered all your questions. I think you've imposed on me and taken advantage of my hospitality for long enough. You should leave.